Good afternoon. Welcome to Gab and Gush.
We're here. It's a Friday, y'all. Gab and Gush with Sally and Crystin, and we have a table full of spring. Sally pulled out some more Swiss insertions. We have new Swiss embroidered insertion lace.
They're so pretty. And hopefully we can do an overhead, and that Facebook is saying they can hear us today, right?
That would be nice. Yes.
Yeah.
So a couple of our new arrivals include something that it flew off of our shelves, and it made it so much cuter when Sally made up this Charlotte by Bonnie Blue Designs. So it's an elastic neck with a raglan style, and it has a couple different sleeve options. It has been a go-to here at Farmhouse. So it has like a little pants outfit with it, and also the angel sleeve, short sleeve, and is it 3/4 or long? It's a longer sleeve.
I don't know. I mean, I just make it however.
No, I mean, it has the pattern.
I know
length,
it. I can't remember if it's long, but it almost looks like it's. Maybe I'm looking at it weird, but is it two lengths showing? Maybe it's showing.
I think you're on an angle.
I'm at an angle. But this fabric, it was so exciting and fun when it came in. I'm like, I have got to make something up out of it, and I made it for Farron, right? And now it. Did I make it for Farron?
I made it for June.
Okay,
yeah.
I was gonna say now it fits June, but we have the candy pink bric rack, and then we've got the Petersham ribbon, number 4, I think. Number 4 pink Petersham ribbon is like a perfect match for a little bow.
So when you get into sewing, you like look down at your clothes and you're like, what is this fabric? Like, I love it. I want to make something with it. I want to buy a fabric like that. When this came in, it kind of stumped all of us, and we're like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
So we've got stripes, we've got gingham. What are the other effects that are happening?
Well, it's the shirring that is, and it actually is like a little elasticized. So it makes kind of like puffing strips, but you still have to think about your rows of gingham and then line it up like a plaid. And I think, I did pretty well on here. We can go to the overhead and show the way
you lined it up.
Yeah, the way the sleeves lined up here, and
so another thing is on the bolt, like if you were to pull this, it looks like a vertical stripe. But whenever you determine whether your stripe is vertical or horizontal, you have to have your selvage edges side by side, or how would you say that? Your selvage edges need to go from like north to south to determine the direction of your fabric. So this has horizontal rows on this fabric. So Sally lined up her horizontal rows in her sleeves.
But this is how you do a plaid also. And you're looking at your pattern, and you're looking at your pattern piece, and also your the design on your plaid or your stripes. You want them to hit at the same place, and so sometimes I'll even put a little notch. If there's not a notch on there, I'll put a little notch in here and then a notch on the sleeve. And so then when you sew the sleeve to the when you sew the sleeve to the front or to the back, you can line that up perfectly so that everything just goes right around in a circle. And then with this stuff, it's just so different. You know, I kept lining it up trying to think, how am I going to hem it? Because this is kind of puckery and gathery, and then
it kind of has a flared, almost like a ruffle effect at the bottom.
And so that's what I did. I tried to make it the right length so that I can just.
She actually measured her hem, y'all.
I actually did, and I really thought about how to do it. So it does look like a little ruffle down there, doesn't it?
One thing that's so important about lining up all those different lines that you might have going on in a fabric is that whenever they're off, it really catches your eye, especially when you start sewing, because then you notice those things, like even on like a ready-made garment. But and things like the hem become off, and so you either have to correct it when you hem it.
This would have really been bad.
It would have been awful.
Because you would have had half of it in stripe and half of it in gingham.
Right.
It's not perfect on the side seams, but it's pretty close.
And it's going to wear the same. It doesn't matter if it was completely off, and you could look good from the back or the front, but maybe on like on a bodice that's meets in the middle or seamed in the middle, that would make it more important.
This is a very cute fabric. for us to get it again was like exciting. Yeah, to be able to find it again.
So it's
Very,
sheared,
very
it's
cute.
elastic, it's striped, it's gingham.
I think it's a poly cotton.
It's a poly cotton.
So very easy care, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's very cute, and we're excited to have it
Yeah.
back here. All right.
The colors are so good right now. Oh my goodness.
So Sally, what can you tell us about a rayon fabric?
Well, I know that when it comes from Spain, the little tag says viscosa, and it is a plant product, right? The rayon is a plant product. But 100 years ago, when I was young, my mother would say, "We're not going to buy rayon because rayon shrinks." And a lot of times when I have clothes, and I mean, I wash them and I hang them to dry, but you do have to think about it shrinking.
Rayon has a fabulous like drape and feel.
That's true.
It's very slinky kind of, so it's going to jump around when you're sewing it. But as far as this particular rayon fabric goes, we're happy to report that there was almost zero shrinkage.
That's right. I cut a 1 yard piece, and I took it up to my house and I threw it in the washer. I didn't dry it all the way, but I did throw it in and tumble dry, which I never would do with any of my rayon garments. And then came back and measured it, and there was just barely any shrinkage at all, width or length. So I'm thinking,
so Mama wasn't right with this one, huh?
not this one. I think it's just gotten better over the years.
Yeah.
So look at all the tulips on here. We do an overhead on this, because what can you imagine soft and wonderful? I mean, honestly,
A nightgown
a nightgown.
would be fabulous.
That's what I think. I wonder if this,
It
if
does
you could
match.
put this with it.
Y'all, we
Oh,
got in this
that's
new
pretty.
ruffle edge bobinette. So this is a polyester fabric, and it is super soft. So a lot of times with like a tulle or even a bobinette sometimes can be stiff. This is a very soft fabric, so it made for a very, very delicate, lightweight, and soft to the skin ruffled
And
edge.
they're not going to be itching. They're not going to be saying,
Right.
this itches, this
So whether
itches."
you believe it or not, this would pair well with a nightgown.
Yeah, can you believe
Yeah.
that? This is pretty. This is really pretty with the tulips. And so this is made in Spain. We got in maybe 3 shipments in the past 2 weeks that are some of the prettiest ones we've had in a long, long time.
I mean, maybe ever.
Yeah.
They're really,
Yeah.
really beautiful.
And different, but they feel amazing. They're so, so pretty.
So this edging is 1.5 inches wide. And we think that like on a ruffled bottom would look really cute. It could go in like princess seams or on a sleeve. It's very, very cute. Around a collar.
Do I look like a tulip farm?
I've never seen a tulip farm,
Like,
but it's
when
beautiful.
you look up in
so
Holland and you see a whole big field. One time I made a dress out of, I'm not a little person. I made a dress out of a strawberry print, and I thought,
a strawberry patch.
I look like you pick strawberry farm. I'm like,
Row
I
17.
never wore that. But I want to wear it because it feels so good. It's
That's-
really, like, I'm not big on prints necessarily, but, I mean, I have one on today, but I love this.
That's beautiful.
I love it.
Yeah, it would make a gorgeous blouse
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Speaking of love it, a lot of people are saying that they also love it
Good.
and that the sound is good today.
Oh,
Good.
woo! Awesome.
Good. I'm so sorry about last week because we had very, very many things that we wanted to do in overhead. And we can't do overheads on YouTube or Instagram, only on Facebook. And so it was so disappointing. And plus then, because we didn't have sound, we couldn't tell you on Facebook, hey, go to YouTube and Instagram because we don't have sound. So anyway, thanks for sticking with us.
Y'all, I think we have been
Oh.
dreaming up makes in this fabric that we've never had. We've seen many garments come through and
Yes.
just oohed and awed over a printed or woven. In this case, this is a woven stripe, and it has an eyelet border. So it's a single border eyelet, and it's really, really beautiful.
So could do the Charlotte pattern in that.
You could. I'm going to show it to y'all up close.
Yeah.
The
That- this-
colors
I
are
love
beautiful. It's in
this.
little ecru embroidery design, which is interesting because the stripe is more blue and white. but it's
I love
gorgeous. Yeah. I'm putting
That's-
everything with
I
this.
know,
I
this
love
is
this.
really pretty.
It's fun.
So we have this bobbinette, and so we had this trim made. So you can order the bobbinette that matches. We didn't send
We
it
love
all,
to
right?
say it is a custom made trim from Farmhouse Fabrics.
That's right.
Made right here in the USA,
Yep,
which is a
that's
lot of
right.
fun.
Love this, but this has been very popular already. This stripe with the embroidered. You've seen things on Pinterest. You've
I love
seen
this
really
fabric.
cute.
Yes.
It's a one border, right? The other side has no border.
I mean, you definitely could do like a beach cover up with this and it'd be
Mm-hmm.
super casual. Or you could have a dress out of this and
Yeah.
it'd be more, more fancy, I guess.
but it'd be pretty as a beach dress.
It wouldn't
Wouldn't that be pretty?
Yes,
Even with like
maxi.
little tie.
It would be so pretty.
So many of the like peony patterns and Little Lizard King too. They have a really cute bodice with the tie shoulders, and then this at the skirt. Oh, I love that.
I'm thinking of the juniper from Peony Patterns. I feel like it's got tie
yes,
shoulders.
Yeah, yes, it does. It's got the long tie. That'd be pretty.
Speaking of Peony Patterns,
Oh
we-
yes.
We got a surprise shipment from Miss Lauren. Yes, Lauren. So this was a garment that they did a sewing for spring in this January with Peony Patterns. And this is one of the creations. It's a 100% Pima cotton from Fabric Finders. And it looks so cute. I'm so
Number
sad.
2416. Yeah.
What is the pattern name? It's Sage, I believe.
think
Sage by
it is
Peony
Sage, I
Patterns. And
Look at how cute
I love
everything
the
about it.
sleeve.
I'll tell you what I love. I love that it has a raglan design. The sleeves have gathering, but the front and the back are flat.
flat.
And it's very flattering, I think. Very pretty. And then a two-tiered skirt. Two-tiered ruffle skirt.
So on the little girl, this went to right above the knee, and it was so super cute.
Yeah. And then, of course, let's look how full it is. So she could spin in this, twirl and spin. What?
This is the back,
Oh,
y'all.
we
Look
have
how
it
cute
backwards.
it looks.
Hey, you know what? My granddaughter sometimes put them on the other way.
Or dads.
Or dads, yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's really pretty that way.
So
I think that says a lot about the dress.
Yeah.
the make of the pattern. Way to go,
Wear
Peony
it either
Patterns.
way. But look how cute the buttons
We were
look
totally
on it.
fooled.
Yeah.
This is pretty. So,
Yeah.
definitely like an easy dress to do an all over print. Like, I love it when that happens and there's no thought. You can just make it up one fabric everywhere and it looks
Yeah.
cute. Thank you for sending this, Lauren.
Yes,
this
that was
this
exciting
so
to
fun.
get that in the mail.
Yep. So, other new arrivals. We have 3 fabrics right here. This is part of one of our recent shipments. This is a poly cotton seersucker. We have a cotton linen blend micro check. And this is a fabulous feeling like lawn weight. It's really nice
Like-
plaid.
Ooh, dreamy.
But what's exciting is that all of these are a deal. I believe this one's $8.99 for a
This
yard.
one we call pucker.
It's really,
Pucker up.
really cute. The colors are so pretty.
Has a little shirring in it, as well as because you can see these little lines in there. I think
like the
they're
elastic
Yeah,
lines.
little elastic lines. Really, really, really cute. Yeah.
So this was exciting too because it was a linen cotton blend and it really, it feels great. It looks pretty, but it functions easier, I guess, because it's the blended fabric, which makes it nice. And then this really feels awesome. I wonder if this is our color. Could either of this?
What do you think?
I feel like we both could wear it.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it.
I
It's
do
pretty.
too. I like that blue in there, and then this is kind of a corally red.
I feel like you could do a family, like even boys' shirts out of this
I
would
do
look really
too.
cute.
Yeah, it'd be good with boys' shirts.
Yeah. So this is $10 a yard. We have this blended linen. Linen is $25 a yard easy right now, and this is on sale for $14.50. And then this is $14.50 a yard on sale for $8.99.
Yeah.
So all good
We
little
should bring
summertime.
our birds out here.
Yeah, some
Some of
summertime
those.
deals.
Yeah. This is cute with this.
That's why I
Oh,
got it. Isn't that pretty?
I love that.
It
Yes.
has like a Valentine's. We'll go to overhead and show you on this one. So get ready to see lots of this little bobbinette edging
Yeah.
because it's new and fun. And look how well it matches up. This is a Riley Blake quilting cotton. It's 45 inches wide. They make up great for children's garments and even adults' clothing we've seen made from them. And they are $14.50 a yard.
Yeah, they're cute.
They are cute.
The nice thing about this, because it's a polyester, it's not going to like scrunch up when you wash it. And you don't have to like iron it out. It's going to be...
You don't have to spend more time on your trim than you do on the garment to iron.
Right. It'll wash up and look just like this when it comes out of the washing machine.
So since it's on the bias, it also makes turns very beautifully when you sew in the trim.
That's right. You think it's on the bias? I'm not sure.
Maybe because it's just gathered.
Yeah, but it's a double gathering. I mean, yeah, it's a double stitching so that it's easy to sew in without it like.
See, I also think that it's box pleated, but I think we have it online as a ruffle, and I think that's what gives it that turn.
Oh, okay. Well, we should call it box pleated ruffle.
Doesn't it look like it?
It is box pleated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty, y'all.
Well, we all struggle over our definitions around here, and we'll be like, "Don't you think we should call that such and so?" Or sometimes we'll look at each other and say, "What color is this?"
Sometimes we'll say, "We're gonna just tell them we're not sure," and it's beautiful.
Yeah, because when we get fabrics, certain times, beautiful designer fabrics, they don't come with the fiber content. Mm-hmm. And so I'm always over there with my striking a match and burning it and seeing how does it burn and does it ball up and is it a synthetic? Does it smell like burning hair? Then it's going to be a silk or a wool. And then we're like, I don't know. I'm feeling that little burn place, and so we try to do the best we can. If we have the fiber content, we tell you, but we don't always have the exact fiber content. Sometimes we're surprised at things.
Definitely.
Like, this is a silk. How about that? Something like that. It's really fun.
So we were showing y'all last week, and we're happy to bring out our new Swiss insertions. So they're embroidered Swiss cotton, and they actually have pastel colors on them, and they're very, very beautiful.
Oh, gorgeous.
It's 100% cotton, and this little insertion trim can be used in so many different ways. Because it has the little color, I mean, you can use it for just a strictly heirloom use, or you can incorporate it into like little casual kind of dresses, more everyday wear.
I think I like this little guy because it does show a direction, but you could put it down the front of the garment with a little stem at the bottom, but you also can make it go horizontally around a skirt, and it looks fine.
Not pretty, or strapping would be so pretty.
Strap would be beautiful.
Well, I've seen Gail Doan use a lace, and it must have been an insertion as a belt also. That was really pretty.
That's pretty.
So here's our pink colorway. We also have it available in blue.
This and this are the same style.
And then we have another pink and blue. What do we have?
Yeah, this one, let's see.
Yeah, these two right
here. Am I right?
Yeah.
This one and that one, yeah. And they're a really sweet light pink. Mm-hmm. Now this guy is a standalone with a little
ooh, I like him.
Vine type design.
That's pretty.
And then here we have another pink and blue with a flower, and then like the flower is about every 2 inches, and then it has the pink one has pale pink, like a little single design in between, and then the blue one has blue.
They're such a soft
really,
color.
Yeah.
You really have to like put your hand down there to make them not washed out.
Yeah,
they're very beautiful.
They're real pretty.
So these are new to Farmhouse, and
yeah, and they're online.
Yep.
Leilani said, "You guys show me all these beautiful fabrics after I just placed my order."
Hey, we're open 24 hours a day.
That's right. Leilani, we've been seeing a lot of you since you've been sewing your doll dresses up.
Yeah, that's
Leilani was a big winner on our local Smocking Guild. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and then with Patty Robinson.
And Patty Robinson
yes,
too.
That was so fun.
And then she bought some doll patterns, so I know you've been sewing a lot of doll things.
And then she shared her video, which was so fun. Y'all, we love it when you share your creations with us because so often we have never even dreamed up the type of garment that you use your fabrics or buttons or however. So if you email us, or you can send us the information and pictures on our Facebook Messenger, or you can send them to our Instagram account. You can also send them to our email that's on our website at info@farmhousefabrics.com. And we love to share y'all's makes. So please.
So I have a question before we go any further, so that you have a chance to put your reply on and tell us what you think. So our question of the week for our drawing was about pantyhose. Who knows? I mean, I don't know how I come up with those. Sometimes Emma and I will be like, we need to do our little video, and I'll say, well, what's our question today? And so who knows what comes through my mind to think of that. But anyway, the question was, do you like to wear pantyhose? Do you wear pantyhose? Is that something of the past or whatever? We had such a good laugh reading everybody's comments. And we have a lot of you use your pantyhose to tie up your tomatoes in your garden. And then we talked about our mothers and grandmothers that would wear them under their shorts and slacks, and like my mom did for sure. And so this morning I thought, I need to do I'm gonna type in, I Googled the history of pantyhose. And so my question is, what decade do you think pantyhose were invented? And so just go ahead and give a few answers while we keep on talking. I've got a little thing I printed up, and I'll show it in a minute.
We'll tell you before we draw.
Yeah,
so we can come back at the end.
Yeah.
So this was a fabric. We have been creating some new kits here. Some of our most recent ones that have been so popular are the Bella Blue, and there's a pink colorway of the Bella Blue. It's using the bodice dress with a gorgeous collar detail.
Did you make a kit out of this?
No.
Oh,
but as I was hunting,
pretty.
isn't this beautiful?
Yes.
Y'all, this is really limited yardage, but it is so perfect for this time of year.
I love this.
It's a very sheer, like voile weight. Mm-hmm. It's an embroidered little flower vine design. Y'all, it is so pretty.
That's beautiful,
isn't it?
Yes.
So and I don't remember it. I mean, I found it on the shelf and I was like, hey, I don't even recall this fabric.
I love that.
So very pretty. It's great for this time of the year. It's 58 plus inches, and it's $23.98 a yard. So this would be great for all over looks, or you could use it just as a skirt or incorporate it into the bodice. It's very, very beautiful. So 2 other new arrivals, and I cannot remember if we've shown y'all this. We've gotten in a couple new. They're Liberty of London, but they are Riley Blake quilting cottons, quilting cotton weight. And they have those funky color combinations that Liberty does that's so attractive. They're just a little off. But
they're gorgeous, but then try to match a solid is very difficult.
And you know that they're weird at that point.
Yeah.
So here are 2 different colorways and or 2 different designs and styles. What's nice about the quilting cottons from Riley Blake that are the Liberty of London is typically with Liberty of London, they have a very soft white background. And then with the quilting cottons, they actually have a lot more of the white, a whiter background. And so that kind of opens up some different options. It's a little bit easier to match the white colors than it is for that champagne look.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's easier to match solids for sure.
Solids,
yeah.
yes. They have that white undertone.
But they've done great with these. I mean, when they started coming out with the quilting cottons, the Riley Blake prints, we were delighted because they're cute. Mm-hmm. People can do play clothes, they can do crafts, you can do bags, you can do all kinds of
and their florals are so beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
They're really, really pretty.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm glad they have that. I'm going to show this.
These are pretty. We're always drawn to these, but we got in 3 or 4 new sheer awesome fabrics.
This is so different. And I hand wound it onto a bolt.
Let's do a switch.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
Okay. So this definitely has a direction, like a border print has the border along one selvage edge. And so this is a sheer kind of fabric. It's not really a bobinette.
Oh, it's so close.
I know, but it's
like a
firm.
netting.
It's like a netting, but it's firm, but it's not stiff like a tulle. Mm-hmm. I don't know I'm sure there's a name for it. It's kind of out of our area a little bit when you're talking about polyesters and tulle.
Man, when you get into lace fabrics, you actually have to see exactly how they're linked together. I mean,
Right.
this is a netting style.
Look at this. This has not just embroidery going parallel to the selvage. It also has rows of loose
Overhangs.
Yeah, like lace edging.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that cute?
It is.
Man, I think it's so adorable. So that's new, kind of different for us, but this would be a beautiful overskirt on a full dress, I think.
Overhead. Let's show
Oh,
it.
okay. All right.
Look at that. So you can really see. I mean,
Yeah.
they must have come back after embroidering the fabric and
put that
this on.
Right.
Because there's no way they could have cut away without.
No.
It's just interesting.
I do feel like you could take a piece of this, cut away underneath the overhang, and sew this like as a sleeve or as a bodice.
Ooh, and it just be hanging.
Yeah, and just be hanging
Oh, I
over
love
the
that.
edge. But you could cut that away, and then you could use the rest on the skirt,
Mm-hmm.
or you could.
Or
you could
we
go-
do overhang bodices all the
Yeah,
time.
That
I
would be
mean,
beautiful.
yes, that's
Cut
so
it away
pretty.
and do it as a sleeve. There's a lot you could do with this. Is just really different.
Mhm.
I like
And
different.
fun.
Yeah,
That's a fun
yeah,
arrival.
I love that. I love that.
Y'all, corduroy has been really going up in price. And we are so excited with all of the printed corduroys because not only is corduroy going up in price, but our printed corduroys that we have right now in stock are so cute and fun.
And made in Japan, the quality is excellent.
They are.
Yeah.
And right now we have 29 different corduroy fabrics available online. I just counted
really?
them. And they are
And prints or not?
in prints.
Oh, in prints.
Yes.
Wow.
And they are very limited quantity. One of my favorites has 3 yards in stock right now. It's a floral, just very pretty colorways. But we're excited to be able to offer a bundle of corduroy.
In fact, we have 2 of them that are beautiful. This one just came in, and when we were talking about this is one of the ones. What color is this? And I said, I don't know. It's kind of a rosy red. And so I was walking by this Fabric Finder's print, and I thought, oh, I like it with that too. And so this is, I like this.
Uh-huh.
This is Fabric Finder's
Is
2447.
this all cotton?
Yeah.
Cool.
And this is a featherwell corduroy. We have it in a 2-yard bundle for $20. So it's only $10 a yard. And the quality, wonderful. Wonderful.
So it's really kind of like, it has this pink hue in it. So we're calling it rose red. So
Yeah.
it's our 2-yard bundle deals. They're pre-cut continuous yardages. And you can find any type of fabric in our fabric bundle category. And it's usually a steal. So this is a great price on a 100%
this just
cotton.
came in. We just got this in. So pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But so many of you have purchased this berry. And the berry, it seems so much darker now that I have it
know,
next to
isn't
me.
that
Isn't that
wild?
funny? But we have, so who is the gal that made that beautiful
Story
dress?
of Grace.
Story of Grace.
I will not forget that.
Beautiful little girl, her daughter, so gorgeous in a dress just totally out of
Corduroy.
the corduroy. And because of that, I mean, we bought out this supplier because of that. And he's like, I don't have any more. You bought everything. Because her dress was so beautiful. And it's just like this dress back here that is all in one print. This was all in one color. You didn't have to have patches of any other color or coordinate. It was perfect.
And
this is
striking.
too.
Just one corduroy
right.
fabric dress. Beautiful.
So
Yep.
anyway, this is the berry. I wanted to show the difference. That's what Christy said. You should show both of them because you would know that then this is such a different color. But it really is a rosy red, and it's fabulous with this print, which is so pretty.
They're loving that lace fabric.
Oh, the
Ooh,
lace.
fun.
Ah,
Oh man, I wish we had those. We're gonna have to bring the other ones.
I know. You know, this is the one we showed you. This is the one we've had in ivory. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Okay, so it's fun to joke about because y'all, we have snagged up every single yard that has come into America. This is a Spanish import, and the supplier now is calling it the Sally fabric because we've purchased everything that they have.
When she was in Spain, she said, guess what? I found some more of your fabric. I'm like, okay, get it. And guess what? We have it in black now too. Did the black get on? I'm not sure. Black's online. Very, very beautiful.
So this is a new product because it's all white.
Yeah.
Before we had a white with like an ecru edging, but we have made it for every age range. We had Laura Hilton from Peony Patterns that came a few weeks ago. She had layered this the colors under for the lining. Bobinette.
Oh, it just like shimmered.
It did. It was really beautiful.
Was pretty.
So there's all kinds of different applications, and it's really great. I mean, I just was watching a video of my 2-year-old wearing it. So it's a great fabric for
and you
all
don't
ages.
have to be afraid to wash it because all my granddaughters.
She wants to say, because I own it, that you don't have to be afraid to wash and dry it. This morning when we were writing the newsletter, we were chuckling because we wrote something about you don't have to have the was like classical ironing techniques or something. What she meant to say was those rascal daughter-in-laws that are never going to use their iron. This wears well for them.
But it's wonderful with it.
Yeah.
And the way I made the girls' dresses way back when was I used a soft ivory knit to make the top. Was it
that.
Simple Life Pattern Company? The Simple Life, and I can't think of the name of the pattern.
Molly?
Yeah. But instead, I didn't put any buttons in the back, but it had a scoop back, and it was sleeveless, and I just lined it in itself, and it had a little bit of stretch to it, and then sewed the skirt and a lining to it. I mean, the girls look so cute.
As we're saying all this, I want to talk about like how awesome it is to have Emma here and helping us set up and get all our equipment going. But every single time we mention a pattern, I can hear her clicking to find the pattern. Y'all,
and linking it.
She's providing all the links that you need. Those links will be provided on our Facebook page. If you are not on Facebook, you actually can go to our website where we stream the feed from Facebook under our what is it called? It's like our social media page on our Facebook page, or excuse me, on our website.
She's gonna tell you in a minute. Look at her.
Yeah. So yes, all of the pattern names that we're talking about today, all of these fabrics, these products that we have, new and old, they're all going to be linked, and that's going to be provided on our Facebook page.
Emma comes down here and looks at our big old table, and she's there taking pictures of all the different things, and then boom, boom, boom,
It's
getting
awesome.
them linked. Yeah. I did want to show you a notion that we just got in. I know a lot of people have used the tube turner, easy point and tube turner, for years and years to turn things like spaghetti or tubing or something like that. Anyway, this is Suki Sews and Famor Cutlery collaboration. Did I say it wrong?
It's a good product.
Yeah. So, yeah. They got their heads together and they created a good product. So
well, I know Gail Doan likes the tube turner.
Does she like this kind, or she likes the kind with the
she
loop
likes
and
the yes. Yeah, there's real skinny tubes.
Yeah.
I mean, there
is a fast turn, and we
have the fast turn. I first time I saw these was Gina Hanna brought these in, and I was like, "What? And is that a tooth puller?"
But I've seen people use these for, probably 20 years.
But we're happy to have them in stock here. So it's a great notion for turning tubing.
Then, of course, I love my little ballpoint bodkin because you can't talk about turning a tube without. I like to turn things like straps and that type of thing with this ballpoint bodkin because it has at the top it has a little round shape. It's round, and you can poke out your corners of your either collar or your
like long enough
straps.
To bite them. And then once you bite them, you can pull it down easier.
And if you use your scissors, it'll poke right through. Ask me how I know that. Like, oh, yeah. But if you can find your bodkin at your sewing machine, this thing works great. One of my favorite tools is the ballpoint bodkin. I use it a lot.
So it's a new year of sewing here. 2023 is around, and we're so excited for spring. What other garment? I feel like we had another garment to show.
I'm going to show you my magic magnetic wand, too. I can't find any pins.
After Sally steps on one on the floor, then she grabs that wand.
But this wand works great for nuts and bolts and pins and paper clips. I've got paper clips on there. It's got a nice strong, look at that. I'm going to like, boop. Yep.
It works.
Yep.
So, for classic traditional heirloom makes, we love to reference Children's Corner Patterns has a lot of different patterns that can be used for these creations. We also carry Primrose Lane and Collars, etc., Creative Keepsakes. Creations by Mishi now sells her patterns, PDF patterns, but she has a fabulous line of PDF patterns that is great for these traditional heirloom garments.
And like for little boys' bubbles.
Bubbles. She
had
was actually
great little boy bubbles.
Yeah, she must have been a grandson because she created so many cute patterns for little boys. That was really sweet. So this is a dress from Mrs. Dot. We love to show her creations, and her handwork, her style choices, everything is just gorgeous. For this dress, of course, old-fashioned baby, she used the Sweet and Simple day gown, and she adapted the pattern. Excuse me. She adapted the pattern. She adapted the pattern to do her own gorgeous lace work.
Insertion.
Yes. Fancy band kind of techniques up here. So you can take a blank slate kind of pattern and you can create these really ornate and entredeaux in the seams type things.
The sleeve, a lot of times she just changed up the sleeve too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
What kind of buttons you got going on?
Well, somebody ordered some vintage ribbon hole buttons and in 1/2 inch, and I'm like, I know we have more of those because, you know, I've told you that story about getting 2,000 pounds of vintage mother of pearl buttons. And so included in there are ribbon hole buttons. Well, ribbon hole buttons, they are very interesting because they have like larger openings. I mean, I've got them in really big, like 1.25 inches and all that too.
So ribbon hole for Instagram, it's like a,
yeah.
I want to say a pig nose.
Oh.
It looks like a pig nose.
It does.
But you use it beautifully.
But anyway, so I put together assortments of 100, and they're assorted like 3/8 inch to 5/8 inch, and
so these are vintage. You're gonna have that patina look. You're gonna have some that have like the little chipping, but really the other side is just perfect to use.
If you're doing crazy quilting or decorative sewing and you want to use something like that, these are great. And so it's more than 100 for $5. So anyway,
get creative.
Yeah. I wanted to show it because...
Or use it for a pig applique.
That's really a good idea.
It'd be cute.
Yeah. That's funny.
So we asked y'all a question about what year or decade do you think that pantyhose were created? Y'all, this is a funny...
Did anybody answer?
A funny read.
Yes, we got a lot of responses. So a lot of people said the 60s. We got a 1950, 1920s. We got 1940s.
You're bouncing all over. They got uncovered.
Mostly it was the 60s.
Interesting. Well, when I looked it up today, I found it very interesting. So the history books credit Alan E. Gant with creating pantyhose or panty legs, or as Fred Ferris would say, panty, P-A-N-N-Y, pantyhose. Anyway, this is so cool. In 1959. The idea came to him while he was on an overnight train to North Carolina with his pregnant wife, Ethel, when the two of them were returning home from the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. She told her husband it would be the last trip she'd be going on before the baby came, since managing the combination of thigh-high stockings, girdle, and garter that women were expected to wear was becoming too uncomfortable.
What a nightmare.
Yeah, so when they got home, he was inspired and asked his wife to stitch. How about that? Goes back to sewing. To stitch a pair of stockings onto panties and try them on. And she didn't hate them. So he worked at a clothing
So
mill.
he said, oh no, girl,
He's
we're
like,
going to be going some places. Attach those things to your underwear and get back in the car.
You're not staying home. No way.
She wanted to sit on the couch.
Right.
Yeah. So he found a practical way to knit pantyhose on hosiery machines, and the process is one of trial and error. And actually, we have trial and error when we buy them too, because they said at first they'd come up to your chin. But how about that? And when they really took off was when it was in the 60s when mini skirts became popular, and nobody could wear their like
Knee highs.
their knee high or their thigh highs with their garters and all that without showing it. And so Twiggy had a lot to do with that, and then the young shoppers were buying pantyhose so that they could wear them under their mini skirts.
We put them on our girls like when we're doing photo shoots because it has that finished look and the dress won't stick to them if it's that type of material.
It does look dressier. Mm-hmm. But then some of the younger girls thought around here, they were like, I don't know, in the hippie stage they were throwing all their underwear away, weren't they? Isn't that what you said? And but anyway, I think I loved reading your responses. I love that you get into these crazy questions we ask. But how cool that somebody who sewed had a lot to do with that.
So we asked this crazy question because we are doing a weekly giveaway here at Farmhouse, and we pull things from all over the store. Sally and Emma collaborate every week to bring you something that they make up a theme for. This week it had something to do.
A theme? I don't know.
It had to do with an ugly buckle.
Yeah, the ugly buckle.
Ugly buckle and some sewed-in panties. I don't know.
I don't know where that came from.
Y'all, each week it gets more like ridiculous with the amount that we're giving away. It's a lot of fun to do this and read all y'all's comments.
I think it's Lily Pulitzer lace in there. There's a piece of there was a piece of Lily lace, and there's a piece of love lace. So Valentine's coming up, you know.
It actually says love.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
Did you save some for you?
No.
She already made hers.
Yeah. This is what was left.
We bought that at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's funny.
Isn't that funny?
Okay, so where are our names here?
Right here.
All right. So y'all have to go and read some of these responses.
Yeah.
Y'all, I feel like I'm sharing a secret, but it's like, go read what people shared. It was
really
hilarious.
Fun.
Yeah.
And how about Cheryl Clapp? Oh my goodness. Between Cheryl Clapp.
I think my cheeks are red just reading.
You've got to read what happened to Cheryl Clapp. Oh my
You are
goodness.
a sport, Cheryl.
Yeah.
That is too
But
funny.
I really got a kick out of Fred Ferris's too. So, but several of you wrote your stories and they were great. They were great. Thank you.
So we compile all your answers from Instagram and from Facebook, and we put them in our bin. And so then Sally draws a name for us to see who wins. What happened to your hand?
Where?
Right here.
I don't know. I don't know. This is Three Sisters Heirlooms. And this is true. As a young girl, it was such a big deal to reach the age where Mom let me wear pantyhose. Sally, I had a similar thing happen, but I was wearing thigh highs. Well, so I told my story about going to a wedding and my knee highs dropped around my ankle and I had to stop going across the street, stop, take them off and stick them in my husband's pocket and go to the wedding. But so Three Sisters Heirlooms.
Oh,
Yeah.
Go check out her page. She has
Oh.
gorgeous
Yeah.
creations. She actually used one of the computers on the two girls and the boys set.
Oh,
Fabulous,
yes.
fabulous makes. Beautiful.
Great. All
All
right.
right, y'all. We'll see y'all
Thank
back here
you.
next week. We've got some guests for upcoming shows. We're not ready to talk about it yet, but it's going to be a lot of fun here with our Gab and Gush, and we'll keep y'all tuned in through our newsletter. Sign up for our newsletter on the homepage of our website at farmhousefabrics.com to stay up with the latest and the greatest. So we'll see y'all back here next
All right.
Friday.